All right, back again for another deep dive. And this time, Yellowstone. You guys know I love this show, but this episode has the Duttons facing more pressure than ever before.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And, if you thought they'd dealt with a lot in the past, just wait.
What really struck me was how the Yellowstone Ranch itself is almost a character.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just the setting, it represents their whole legacy. All the good, the bad, the morally gray areas the Duttons always seem to find themselves in.
It's true, you get those incredible sweeping shots of the landscape.
Oh, yeah.
So visually stunning. But you really feel that presence in every single scene, like the ranch itself is weighing on their decisions.
Absolutely.
So for everyone watching, pay attention to that.
Hmm.
How does the land, the ranch, almost push them to make certain choices?
It's like John Dutton is wrestling with his vision for the ranch.
Right.
And you can see it doesn't always line up with what his kids want.
Oh, definitely not.
And it goes deeper than just land. It's about control, values, even what family means.
And speaking of Beth, this episode, she is a force.
She's always feels, but...
She's always been strong, but in this one,
yeah,
she's gone beyond protecting the ranch. It's like she's trying to control the very things that threaten it.
She's trying to bend the world to her will.
Do you think that intense loyalty to the Yellowstone, is it going to help her or ultimately hurt her?
That's the million-dollar question. It's her strength, that unwavering loyalty, but it blinds her to the consequences,
For sure.
And it sets her on a collision course with Jamie.
Oh, talk about tension. Every time they're in a scene together, I swear, the air crackles.
Like a powder keg.
So where do you think Jamie stands in all this?
Yeah.
He seems even more isolated from the family now. Like he's about to make a huge decision.
He's on the edge. He's constantly trying to prove himself to John, but
he can't ever quite get there.
It makes you wonder, will he finally snap and turn against them? Will he try to make his own way? But then you have to ask, what way is there for him at this point?
It's like they're boxed in, not just by the land, but by their own family history.
Exactly.
And it's not just family drama they're dealing with. The outside world is closing in fast. You've got developers, politicians, they all see dollar signs when they look at the Yellowstone.
It's like a modern gold rush, but it's land they're after.
Right. Everyone's claiming to be acting for the greater good, but
all about power in the end.
It's all about who controls the land.
So I gotta ask our viewers, how often do you see that? These enemies of the Duttons, are they really altruistic, or do they just want the power for themselves?
Great question. And then, on top of all that, you've got the environmental activists.
Oh, yeah, they add a whole other dimension.
Suddenly, it's not just about development versus tradition.
It's about their responsibility to the land itself.
Are they stewards or are they exploiters? The show doesn't make it easy to decide. It makes you really think about the Duttons' actions. Are they doing enough? Are they part of the problem?
And don't forget about the simmering tension with Thomas Rainwater and the Native American community.
Well, that adds another layer of conflict for sure.
Those competing claims to the land, the history, the ongoing injustices, it's all right there, bubbling under the surface.
It's like the past is reaching out and grabbing hold of the present.
And that's the brilliance of Yellowstone. It intertwines these very personal family stories with these huge societal issues.
So much bigger than just a typical Western.
We're not just watching ranchers, we're watching the whole fight for power, for survival, for legacy.
For a way of life.
Exactly.
And this episode brings all of those things to a head. The Duttons are at a crossroads, facing threats from every direction.
And the question is, how far will they go to protect what they think is theirs?
What's the cause going to be for all of this?
Big questions.
Big questions.
But let's get into how the show uses visuals to reinforce these themes. Think about that scene with John Dutton on the porch overlooking the ranch. It's not just about the booty, it's about ownership. Dominion.
Yeah. Like he's surveying his kingdom, right?
But you also get that feeling of unease, like his grip might be slipping. The camera focuses on his face, and you can see the weight of it all.
Oh, for sure. That worry, that responsibility.
Those little details, the visual cues, they add so much depth.
It makes you pay attention, notice things you might have missed on a casual watch.
And that's what we're all about, uncovering those layers.
Getting to the good stuff.
As we go deeper, we're going to unpack those layers, see how they connect to the bigger picture of the Duttons' fight for survival. Stay tuned, folks, because things are about to get wild.
The Duttons are in for a fight, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
And the choices they make in this episode, they'll have consequences that ripple through the rest of the season. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. This episode really got me thinking about the contrast between that vast landscape and the Duttons' struggles. It's like they're these tiny figures trying to hold on to this massive legacy. And the land itself, it's both their strength and it's a constant reminder that they're vulnerable too.
You know that scene where Casey is riding through the fields?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but there's this sense of loneliness, you know? Like he's searching for something, but we don't know what it is yet.
It's like a feeling that hangs over the whole episode. It's there in John's stoicism, Beth's drive, even Jamie's desperation for approval. It's like they're all trying to find their place.
And the ranch, it represents that connection to something bigger, but also the burden that comes with it.
Definitely.
It's interesting how each of the Dutton kids deals with that burden differently.
Oh, for sure.
Beth, she seems to embrace it, almost weaponizes it.
Right.
But Camise, he's wrestling with it. He loves his family, but he's drawn to a different life, one that's more in tune with nature.
Less about that power struggle.
And that's where his conflict with Monica really comes in. She's that path away from the Dutton legacy, a chance at a normal life.
But can he escape? That pull of family, of history, it's so strong.
That question just hangs over every scene they have together.
Absolutely.
It makes you think, what if he does choose Monica over the ranch? Will his family accept that?
Or will it push them even further apart? Remember when Monica tells Case, she says, "You have to choose. It's them or us."
Wow, that line gives me chills every time.
It cuts right to the heart of his struggle. He can't keep living in both worlds forever.
And that choice is going to have huge consequences, not just for him, but for the whole family.
It really makes you examine your own life, you know? What would you sacrifice for family? What compromises would you make?
What would you do if you were Casey? It's a tough one.
The show really makes you face those questions head on. Loyalty, duty, happiness.
No easy answers.
That's why it's so powerful.
While Casey's is dealing with all that internal struggle, Beth, she's taking a completely different approach to protecting the ranch.
She is not messing around.
She's like a warrior, defending her territory against any threat.
It's fascinating. She's so loyal. But her methods, let's just say they're not always ethical.
She's not afraid to cross any line.
She'll manipulate, threaten, whatever it takes.
But underneath all that, there's this vulnerability.
Yeah, like a deep fear of losing the ranch, of her family's legacy falling apart.
That's what makes her so complex. She's driven by love, but also this fear and a need for vengeance.
It makes you wonder, is she fighting for the ranch or for her own sense of control?
And then you've got Jamie. He's always been the outsider, never quite measuring up.
And this episode, you really feel that sense of inadequacy.
You can just see how much he craves his father's approval.
That scene in John's office, it's heartbreaking. He just wants that acceptance, but it never comes.
What do you think's going to happen when he realizes he'll never get it from John?
Will he snap, seek revenge, or will he finally break free and find his own way? This episode leaves us hanging.
He's a wild card, that's for sure.
His choices could change everything for the family. We've seen his loyalty, but we've also seen him betray those closest to him. Which side will win out?
It feels like the show's setting us up for a major showdown. This clash of wills, it could change the whole landscape of the Yellowstone.
Oh, absolutely. But before we get there, we have to talk about something else the show subtly brought up.
It's that.
Conservation. Environmentalism.
Oh, that's right. It's not all family drama and power plays. This episode brings up these bigger questions about the Duttons' responsibility to the land.
Are they stewards or are they hurting the environment? It makes you think.
And those protests at the ranch gates. They're not just faceless antagonists. The show gives them voices.
They have personalities, perspectives, they're passionate about protecting the environment. It adds a whole other dimension.
It really forces you to look at the Duttons' actions differently.
Exactly. Are they doing enough to protect the land for the future? Or are they just thinking about themselves?
That question goes way beyond the show. We're all facing the consequences of climate change.
We all have a responsibility to be stewards.
And the show doesn't give us easy answers. It just presents the conflict, different sides of the story.
It makes you decide.
It's a subtle but powerful message. Another layer to an already complex story.
It's like the show is saying, hey, this isn't just about the Duttons. This is about something that impacts all of us.
It's bigger than them.
Exactly. And that's what makes Yellowstone so compelling. It reflects those real-world challenges.
It makes you think, question your own values, your choices.
It's not just entertainment, it's thought-provoking.
It's a reminder that even amidst all this personal drama, we can't ignore the bigger picture.
We're all connected.
Our actions have consequences.
And those consequences, they're becoming more and more apparent every day.
The show reminds us of that. constantly. It shows us the beauty of nature, but also how fragile it is.
Makes you wonder, what legacy are we leaving behind?
Will we be the ones who fought to protect it or the ones who exploited it?
Those are the questions the Duttons are facing, whether they realize it or not.
And their choices, they'll affect not just their family, but the future of the Yellowstone itself.
Absolutely. But, before we get too deep into the philosophy of it all, let's switch gears for a minute.
Okay, what are we looking at now?
That cultural clash between the Duttons and the Native American community.
Oh, yeah, that adds a whole other layer.
It's not just cowboys versus developers.
It goes way deeper.
It's about history, land ownership, cultural survival.
And Thomas Rainwater.
He is a force to be reckoned with.
He's not backing down.
He's smart, strategic.
And he wants to reclaim what he sees as rightfully belonging to his people.
His presence is a constant reminder that the Duttons hold on the Yellowstone, it's not absolute.
It's challenged on every level.
He represents a whole different set of values, a different way of life.
And it clashes hard with the Duttons' worldview.
And the show doesn't shy away from the historical context, does it? We see those broken treaties, those forced removals.
It's a reminder that those injustices, they're not just in the past. They're still impacting things today.
Absolutely. And those wounds, they haven't healed.
You can feel it, that simmering resentment, every time Rainwater and John are in the same room.
Like a powder keg just waiting to blow.
And it's only going to escalate as we go on. The Duttons, they're fighting for their legacy.
But Rainwater, he's fighting for the survival of his people.
It's a battle of cultures, of values.
There's huge consequences.
It shows that the past is never truly gone.
It shapes everything.
Our choices, the present, the future.
It's a powerful theme that runs through the entire episode.
This is what makes Yellowstone so captivating. It's not just cowboys and Indians.
It's about history, culture, identity.
It's about that struggle for power, for justice.
The fight to belong.
To find your place.
It makes you think, challenges your assumptions.
Forces you to confront uncomfortable truths.
And that's what great storytelling does.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay.
But we can't forget about the characters themselves. This episode had some seriously powerful moments.
Oh, I know. There's one scene in particular that's been stuck in my head.
That scene with Beth and John in the barn.
Oh, yeah.
It was more than just a conversation.
It was heavy.
It felt like, this passing of the torch, but with so much left unsaid.
Yeah. Definitely. You could see John, he's wrestling with his own mortality, the weight of what he's leaving behind.
And Beth, for all her toughness, you see that vulnerability.
It's like a glimpse of that scared little girl who just wants her dad's approval.
It's what makes her actions so tragic.
Yeah.
She pushes everyone away, convinced it's the only way to protect the ranch.
Right. Even the people who love her the most.
Is she going to self-destruct before she even secures that legacy?
That's the question about Beth. She's driven by so much pain, so much anger.
It's eating her alive.
It makes you wonder, will it be her downfall? Or can she find a way to break free? I want to ask you watching, what do you think? Is Beth her own worst enemy?
It's heartbreaking because you see that she's capable of such love, such loyalty, but she just directs it in all the wrong ways.
Misdirected.
Speaking of love, that scene with Case and Monica by the river.
Oh, man.
The tension.
It's so much unspoken tension.
You don't need yelling. You don't need big pronouncements. You can feel it all in their looks, their touches.
Every little gesture.
Monica is so strong there. She loves him, but she's not afraid to set boundaries, to protect herself, their son.
She's putting their well-being first.
Can their love actually survive everything the Dutton world throws at them?
That's what makes their story so fascinating. It's that constant pull between the legacy, the power, and the desire for a simpler life.
I think a lot of people watching can relate to that.
Yeah.
We've all had those moments where we have to decide what we're willing to sacrifice for love, for family, for our own sense of purpose.
Oh, what matters most.
And the show doesn't make it easy on us. It throws those choices in our face, makes us confront them.
Makes you think.
Makes you feel.
And then there's Jamie. This episode leaves his future wide open.
He's a walking question mark at this point.
He's wrestling with his own demons, that resentment towards his family.
Still searching for that validation he can never seem to find.
Do you think he could actually betray the Duttons?
I think he's at a breaking point.
Pushed to the limit.
He's spent his whole life trying to prove himself to John, but it's never enough.
And it's twisted him up inside.
He's like a wounded animal.
That last scene where he's looking out at the ranch.
You can practically see the wheels turning.
He's weighing his options.
Planning his next move.
What do you think he's going to do?
It can't be good for the Duttons. He's desperate. And desperate people do desperate things.
Remember what happened with his biological father? Jamie's capable of some dark stuff.
It's a scary thought.
Yeah.
And it just adds to the tension. The Duttons are facing threats from everywhere. Developers, politicians, activists, the Native American community.
Even their own family.
It's like the walls are closing in.
No way out.
Will they pull together? Or will all this infighting tear them apart?
That's what keeps me hooked. This show is a masterclass in suspense.
Every week, I'm on the edge of my seat.
And this episode, it raised the stakes even higher.
The consequences, they're going to be huge. It's not just about the Yellowstone anymore. It's about the whole American West.
That clash between tradition and progress.
That fight to survive in a world that's changing so fast.
It's about family, loyalty, betrayal, greed, love, loss.
Everything that makes us human.
The good, the bad, it's all there.
And that's what makes it such a powerful story. Well, this episode was a roller coaster of emotions, and I'm dying to know what happens next. But we'll have to wait and see.
Until then.
To all you listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you got some insights, some new perspectives, maybe even started some heated debates with your friends.
Keep those theories coming.
What resonated with you? What are your predictions for the Yellowstone? Let us know. Until next time, keep those DVRs set, because this ride is just getting started.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.